bit about what I'm going to do in a second. If you've got any questions as we go along, please feel free to pop them in the comments, say hi, all of that normal type of stuff. If anything resonates with you, then please let me know, because it's really useful to know if people are picking up or understanding or feeling what I'm putting out. It lets me know that I'm on the right track. So I find it really, really useful when you put up comments, even if you watch it later, if you watch it on YouTube, if you watch it on Instagram. Hi, Jane. Those comments about whether or not it resonates really helps with making sure that I'm aiming it and doing this, hey, Anishka, in the way that you guys need. So this week I wanted to talk about actual stuff, tools that you could use. Okay. I'm going to talk mostly about energetic practices of the mind and visualizations, that type of thing. However, I'll also give you, hey Tracy, I'll also give you some crystal help as well, because those babies are amazing. Right, so every day you need to maintain your energy as a energy sensitive person. And these are useful whether you do any sort of spiritual work at all. Particularly if you're an empath and come in on the emotional vibration, as in you physically feel or you emotionally feel what's going on with somebody else in your body. Okay. I'll let you know what my daily routine is, how I use it, and hopefully you guys might say, oh yeah, I do a bit of that, or I didn't think about doing it like that, and it can help you. Some of this is also going to help with boundaries. Those of you that have studied Reiki or studied energy or yoga or anything like that will know that our aura is, the layers of our aura are made out of the chakras, that each chakra produces a layer of the aura, and that in turn tunes into the dimension, with the root forming the physical layer of the aura, and that also creating our first dimensional reality. Hi, I'm glad, Anishka. I'm good. I'm really glad it's come at the right time. It's funny how the universe pushes you in certain ways. So when we look at healing, anything that we do energetically, which kind of comes in from the fourth layer and outside, any stuff that we do out in the fourth layer of our aura energetically, which is the sort of ethereal, the spiritual layer, this then will filter down into the physical layer. So if we are looking to build real life boundaries, real world boundaries into our life, then backing that up with energetic work really, really helps. You'll find that the more you do it, the more you set in place a way of being for your energy, and it allows you to respond in a real world way to that, which a lot of it is going to be the self-love, the self-care, the self-compassion, saying no when you need to and saying yes when you need to. It's going to help with all of that, this type of work, this type of energetic work. So my day starts with a shower. At some point, it might not be straight away, but I will have a shower. And as part of that shower, I do a few things. And it's really, the shower is the opportunity for me to remember to do this stuff. Does that make sense? So I've built up a mental thing in my mind, which is time to have the shower. And I use it to ground in and cleanse my aura at the same time. So for me, and for most people, actually water is a really easy way to ground in. It sort of sends your energy down into the earth and connects you energetically down into the earth as the pipes go down. So and some people connect and ground in better through water. If you're somebody who struggles to ground in, try grounding first of all in through water until you kind of build up your grounding skills to being a little bit better. Now, obviously, this is just it's massively healing. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. Anishka, water is massively healing. This is going to build up to something that you might not do it every day. You might forget, but whenever you remember, do this. So I always visualize the ground outside where I am, visualize connecting into that. Recently, I've been connecting it through Niagara Falls. It's not anywhere near me, but in my head, it's in my garden. So you're visualizing connecting down into the earth somewhere near where you are now. And as you do that, what you've got to know or visualize is that you're connecting into the matrix of the earth. We are all linked as human beings, just as we are all linked as spirit. Those are two realities that exist. So you're connecting into the earth matrix, a planet, and everything that exists within the planet, which is living and breathing, which is obviously all plant and animal life. And animal life includes us, but animals. So you're connecting into that matrix, and you're giving back anything that you need to give back. So it might be that you're holding stuff for other people that needs to be redistributed as it needs to be within the earth. Some people need their stuff back because they need to work through it themselves. Other people don't need it back because they're never going to deal with it. They're just going to use it as ammunition for somebody else, for something else. So let the earth decide. Like she's very good at deciding that type of thing. I've often had people worry about abusing the earth's energy, and it doesn't work like that. We're part of the planet. That idea of abuse only comes when we separate ourselves mentally from the planet. We are part of the planet. We cannot abuse her when we remember that we're part of her. And that whether you're looking to do something ecological, which helps the environment, actually helping humanity, like the planet will do very well without us. Thank you very much. What we're looking to do is to remember that we're part of the planet, and we're reconnecting into that. So don't ever worry about putting too much on her shoulders. I've heard people talking about saying things like, oh, when you put your roots down into the earth, it's like raping her. So every plant rapes the planet, do they? It's bizarre. We're part of the planet. We are part of the planet. And it's only our separation from planet and only our separation from spirit that causes us issues. It's where we think we're neither planet nor spirit. That's when we have issues. So that's what grounding is there to do. So for me, I normally visualize everything going down into the earth, energy draining away from me and going down into the earth that I no longer need. As the shower's going, I'm imagining that coming through, and you can imagine different colors coming through your of light and energy coming through your water, and just allowing that to come through and get rid of everything that you need to get rid of from your aura. At the same time, combing your aura. If you've done a crystal course with me, or you've done your Reikis with me, I teach combing, aura combing as part of that. So you're combing through your aura, and I imagine going up really, really, really high, getting all the crap from really high up. And oh my God, how far up did that go? And then you're going down and you're grounding that off as well. And you're sweeping that out of your aura into the water and allowing the water to take it away. Okay. And then I normally get to a point where I feel quite good. I want to give my back a little bit of a jiggle, my hips a little bit of a wiggle. That's really important because your Kundalini energy exists in your back energy. Physically moving your back is going to get your energy ready, going to get your energy going in the morning. Okay. So for me, that grounding in and that shower routine is something that I do every single day. Okay. If you've got time to do a self-heal before you start your day, then do. I normally have a centering session where I call on the energies that I work with the most. And that is Kuan Yin or Mary Magdalene. For me, they're the same energy, depending on what position she's coming through to me in, as what entity she's coming through to me as. Sekhmet and Hecate. Those are three goddesses that I work with the most. They all represent very different things and at the same time very similar things. So I connect in with them, feel their presence, feel the hands on my shoulders, feel that support, feel that love, just make my energy feel centered. Like it's that feeling where your energy has gravity to it. And gravity means strength in a really positive way. It means power. It means that you don't have to be the loudest person in the room to still be strong. And I don't mean strong in spite of people or against people, or that hero strength which cripples us. It's okay, I'll carry on taking responsibility. I mean internal self-belief and self-assurance that strengthens self. It's like a total self-belief is what you're feeling into. And I use those goddesses to bring that energy in and down at the same time. Okay, so that's what I do. You might have, I might have different necklaces that I might put on as part of my routine, different bracelets that I might put on, etc. But that for me is the biggest thing. It's bringing in that energy, feeling that centeredness, feeling self-assured, not in an arrogant way. You know that I don't mean that. I just feel confident in yourself, in your pathway, in what you're going to do with your day. Okay, knowing that it's good for a good person to take up space in the world, all of that stuff. Okay, what you can then do is have a think about your day. Where's my day going to go? Actually, I'm going to go on the school run, so I kind of need me and the kids to be a little bit shielded from other people. So I might put on a bit of a cloak. Remember, cloaks hide. So I might put on a bit of a cloak, or actually I'm feeling in a really good mood, but I need to go out and about. I need to go into town. I don't mind. I'm in a good mood. I don't mind if I sit and chat to people. I don't mind if those weirdos that we attract come and have a chat with me now. Like I'm good. I'm in a good space. I'm all good for that. I might put my cloak on so that I'm attracting in the right type of people. And that cloak's going to have a certain vibration in your mind that's going to attract the right type of people in. But I'm going to have my, this is what I'm going to do today. You might think, actually, I'm in a really bad place. For me at the moment, I've got PMT. So no, the cloak is on, the cloak is up. Don't talk to me. Don't interact with me. Everything feels really heavy. And at the moment, that will be a struggle for me. Like I know the next week or so is probably going to be difficult. I'm perimenopausal, got PMT. Those things I know mean that I'm struggling at the moment. So that's okay. I know where I am. And there I am mentally. I know that actually there's only so much that I can cope with. And I have got children with additional needs. And I would rather give my energy into them than into a stranger. So that's where it's going today. So thinking about what's going on with your day, you might be going for a walk, and that might be amazing, some really beautiful place. And you know that you're going to allow your energy to be free. Okay. So if during the day you feel wobbly or you feel ill at ease at any point, you can change that cloaking technique. You can change that cloaking style. You're going to go in for a meeting with your boss, connect back into that self-assuredness. But, I'm going to have to ask for a pay rise, or he's going to ask me to do too much work again and I need to tell him to bugger off. All of that stuff which you need to draw on, like prepare yourself before you go in, because you're going to be drawing in a different type of energy in order to set it forward. Okay. Been through your day, calling in what you need to call in during the day. You've always got those tools. In the evening, thinking about what I picked up today that isn't mine. I normally use like an aura spray on the kids. I comb my own aura at night. I comb the kids' auras at night. All of that type of thing is really important. Something I forgot to mention is every day I open the windows and I comb the energy from the night before out of the room. Like the energy gets stagnant at night. We're processing stuff that we might have struggled with from the day before. That might be hanging in the air as we've processed it, and it's still sort of like in our dream state kind of hanging. Don't know if you ever get that and you come back in your room and you go to sleep and like, oh, my dream is still on my pillow from the night before. It's fine if it's a good dream. So scraping the energy and out of the room is really, really important. You want to make sure that you cleanse your house properly at least once a month. Okay, sprinkle your borders with salt, give the house a good cleanse, call in all the deities, all of that. But every single day, a little mini one means that actually once a month it's an easy thing rather than a great big huge hoo-ha. So you've come in the evening, you scraped your aura, you scraped the kids' aura after bed, you put aura spray over everyone, and then put the kids to bed. I always set the intention for everyone in the house that they're going to be able to process positively everything that they've taken on from that day. So it's gaining good understanding, not negative understanding from everything that we've been through. That anything which is any spirits that are within the building are here for our best interests and who wholly love and accept us. No other spirit is allowed in the house without that intention. And also, I don't want lower dimensional beings, and that includes fifth dimensional beings. That includes sixth dimensional beings. As far as I'm concerned, if a family member whose energy is below that wants to come in, they're coming in with a guide. They're coming in with one of our guides who are going to be about seventh dimension. So I always set an intention that seventh dimension beings, or if anyone else wants to come in, they come in with a guide who's going to be able to assist them and make sure that they're doing the right things. And this stops us from, if we've got any spirit attachments, which happen very easily. Spirit attachments do happen easily. That the intention is that they're moved on. Because we're bright, shiny things that pick up other people's crap, and that includes spirits who still haven't moved on properly. We might have some newly passed, even well-meaning loved ones in spirit. They haven't always got an idea actually to what's best for you and what they think is best for you. Those are two different things. So making sure your guides come in, and the guides are the kids and everyone else who's in the house. The cat's guides, the dog's guide, the parrot's guides, everything. Okay. And before I go to bed, I do a grounding off where I imagine anything that I'm holding on to, wherever my body's aching, that is just pouring out of me into the earth. Normally at the moment it's my forehead. I know that when I'm I've got PMT, that my mind whirs, pour out of that stuff. It's not mine. get rid of it all into the earth. Imagine everything pouring out of my forehead, even imagining putting my forehead on the floor outside. I just do that, allow everything to drain off. Okay. And then you're going to recall your energy back in, which is really important because that's reclaiming your power and reclaiming your strength at the same time. So it might be that you've helped somebody and it's time for you to take your energy back. They don't kind of need that nurturing from you at the moment. It doesn't mean that that's not going to be reestablished, and it doesn't mean that there might be a thread of it still going. It's most of that stuff where what you find is that people have got your energy who shouldn't have your energy, shall we say. And it might be that there's, for whatever reason, energy leeches, that type of thing, that they've accidentally still got a bit of your energy. And I kind of see it as blobby threads, which kind of go out, which are where I'm connecting into them. It's not necessarily that they're connecting into me, it's where I'm connecting into them. So allowing those kind of, I'm not into saging, I need to be honest, or smudging, and I'll tell you why in a minute, Anishka. I bring in all of that energy back in, make my aura feel whole, but I bring that back in knowing it's the right time for everyone's best interest, my best interests and their best interests. Might be a mate, you might be really happy for them to have your energy. So bringing all of that energy in for everyone's best interests, and also it's coming back in clean, thank you very much. Whatever rubbish that might be theirs, I'm not having that back, thank you. So bringing all of those blobs back in, reinforcing your aura, making it feel safe and secure and empowered. In the same way that you felt self-assured in the morning, you're bringing that energy back in before you go to bed, okay? Set an intention. Tonight, I'm not doing dream work. Who else does dream work? Tonight, I'm not doing dream work. I'm too tired. Please don't send me out and about. I don't want to go out and about. I just want to have a really restful, peaceful night's sleep. I set in the intention that I'm going to wake up feeling good, all of that stuff. Okay, setting an intention before you go to bed as to how you want to feel when you wake up is important, particularly if, like me, you're not a morning person and you have to get up with the kids at stupid o'clock. So bringing your energy back in, reinforcing your energy. And yeah, grounding anything off. And when I ground off, I always remember my connection to spirit goes up, but I'm not opened up. Like, so you want to imagine your connection up kind of being like a thread rather than a pillar or a great big beam of light. Like, you're beam me up, Scotty. You want it to kind of remember that your connection's there. You don't want everything to be really huge and lit up, because that's normally when you tend to go out and about and do dream work, even when you haven't got the intention of it. So drawing your energy back in into a comfortable level. Practicing and playing with your energy is really, really important. How big does my energy go? Oh my gosh, my aura goes all the way over there, actually. I can feel the edge of my aura. Your aura's got 7 layers, and they expand and retract. My aura goes all the way over there. Geez, like, I might want to bring that back in at the moment. So if you're a natural healer, you might find that your energy expands even when you don't want it to. With saging and smudging, I'm not a fan of sage. White sage is an endangered plant. So think about whether or not that's something you want to buy in terms of ethical reasons. Also, I think we need to be really careful around cultural appropriation and making sure that we're doing it in an appropriate way, because those are sacred acts in many cultures. Tobacco cleansing, that type of thing, is a sacred act. And you'll see that even within the Christian churches, which are obviously Middle Eastern in origin, that all of that wonderful frankincense and myrrh and things like that they have, the resins that they have, it is all treated with respect, and you are thinking about what you're doing. Frankincense, again, it's something you need to source from ethical sources. So the other thing is, like, I found out recently that Palo Santo wood, again, is, and I love Palo Santo, is not farmed in the traditional ways because it's non-sustainable. So a lot of the time the wood is actually fragrance before it's given to you, with chemical, unnatural fragrance. So things like that we need to be careful of in terms of cultural appropriation, and in terms of making sure the source is ethical, and it's a really difficult thing to do. I've actually bought myself some Palo Santo oil, which is just a fragrance oil. It just smells amazing. And I know that it's not natural, and I don't like particularly burning unnatural stuff, but I do like the smell. So that's one of the reasons it will bring in the energy for me in my head. But But think about, as a European, what should you be burning as a European person? Mugwort's a really common thing that you can, and you can make your own sage bundles, sage style bundles. I did some lavender and things like that. If you look back through some of my posts from when I harvested a couple of months ago, so you can make yourself some beautiful bundles yourself, which are going to be locally, physically to you, and also it means it's going to work better because it's from your local environment. Stuff that is local to you works better. Ancestrally, if you pick up something and you're linked ancestrally, DNA wise, to that region, again, it is probably likely to work for you, but it either needs to be ancestrally linked or physicality linked into what you're doing. So I'm obviously a white European, and I live in Europe, so that stuff is what I turn to. Drumming around the house feels good. Drumming's an amazing way to do a full cleanse. I'm not going to go into a full cleanse today, but yeah, drumming is absolutely, Anishka, an amazing way to cleanse, and it might be something that you use as part of your daily healing routine. Crystals, which would be really good to use, would be ones for during the day. I normally have, I don't have any on today, but I would normally have on something to pick up my energy and something to absorb other people's rubbish. So I normally have an obsidian, or a jet bracelet on one arm. Jet is lighter, but it is also from Europe as well. It's one of the reasons why I like it. It really resonates with me. It tends to break easy because it is fragile. But tourmaline, hematite, any of the darker stuff, even a tiger's eye, because that's given that like confidence. It gives you strength. It's very protective energy. So, the darker, a red jasper for your root chakra as well, to sort of reinforce your physicality as well, to absorb other people's rubbish is always something that I would go for. On the other hand, I'm always going to have something healing. For me, it's normally something green or something pink. Pink quartz is my biggest go-to. It's a massive healer. So rose quartz on one arm. I quite like howlite, depending on what mood I'm in. And some of like the aventurines and things like that have kind of got a growth heart energy to them as well. So thinking about, and you just tell them, this is what I want you to do, is to absorb the rubbish, please. I love you. Thank you very much. And you need to make sure that obviously you cleanse all of those on a regular basis. And please make me feel better during the day. Like you've got your 2 bracelets going on. It might be that you have something yellow because you want to feel joy. Whatever it is that you're drawn to, have a couple of little bracelets. I've got about half a dozen that I can pick and choose from. Maybe a necklace that you might put on as well. Okay. My husband used to take into one particular office a tourmaline marble, and he's not really into this stuff, and he'd be like, it felt like it was going to pop. Because it was just absorbing all of the rubbish from the office, which he didn't want attracted to him. Okay, so there's lots and lots of little different bits and pieces that you can do as an empath: physical tools and visualization tools. Visualization is one of the oldest magics, and it is a magic that Freya taught to Odin. Whenever that was, whenever Freya taught Odin all of his magic. So Odin obviously has only ever sought wisdom, and he learned all of his magic from Freya. Freya taught him visualization. If you Google it, I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to pronounce the Nordic word for their magic, but it's all about visualization. Visualization is magic. It's the core of magic. So whatever you visualize, you're bringing into reality because you're visualizing it. So simply by visualizing your energy behaving or acting in a certain way, it will do as you want it to do. So the key to all of this stuff really is visualization. Jane has said, with the hours she works, her day is upside down. Absolutely it is, Jane. Should I still do this although it's late at night when I prepare myself for my day? Yes, it does. I would say your day, even though it doesn't reflect the circadian rhythms, it does reflect how your day works for you. So what I would do is to say, when I go to bed, it doesn't matter that's not night, that's my bedtime. And when I get up in the morning, that's my prep time. So that's how I would deal with it and sort of structure my day around it. So so those are my kind of like biggest energetic tools. My physical tools, like I said, aura sprays and crystals work amazingly, as well as all of those amazing visualization techniques. You're welcome, Jane. So it's, be as ethical as you can with anything that you purchase. I think spiritual people think that everything's going to be ethical just because it's spiritual, and people want to make money out of stuff that they